Oh boy, would you look at that. It's one of those days where I'm doing more than one of these red-eye raws in one day. So, cats and dogs, right? They're the two most common types of house pets. And there are cat people and there are dog people. And then there are dog people like in Violence Jack, but that's a whole different thing. But today I'm going to be talking about why dogs, in my opinion, are much, much better than cats. And this is probably going to be a short and sweet one. And obviously, I'm sure that people will disagree because, there are cat people and there are dog people, and there are rub downs and then there are rub downs. But let me start with why dogs are, well, let me get to it, right? So, dogs are loyal. They are endlessly loyal, and to a fault. It is fantastic. Dogs are some of the sweetest, most loyal creatures there are. They are the one thing that will never betray you. Humanity does not deserve dogs. Dogs are too good for us, but yet we have them anyway. There's a reason they're called man's best friend. A good example I use to say why dogs are so loyal, and I don't think anyone's disputing that. I think everyone knows dogs are loyal. But, have you ever heard the story of Hachiko? And I'm sure a lot of people have. Hachiko was this Akita, which, our dog Kiki is an Akita, so there you go. But Hachiko is this Akita who would follow its owner to the train station every day and wait for him to come home from work. And so Hachiko, he would just sit there, waiting for his owner to get off work and then meet him at the train station, and the two would walk home together, and he did that every day. Well, when his owner died, Hachiko continued to go to the train station and wait for him every day. It was so sad. There's been 2 movies done on it as well. There's the movie Hachiko, and then there's the American remake Hachi. I actually own a copy of Hachiko, the Japanese one now, that I'm going to be watching soon. And showing in a DVD collection update soon. But I have seen the American version, Hachi, and that one's still really good, and it made me cry the first time I saw it. And it's a sad idea that happened. A similar thing they did in a fictional setting was Fry's dog waiting for him in Futurama. That was really sad, too. Another thing that was a true story was Balto. Now, granted, the movie took a hell of a lot of liberties with the polar bears and the pelican and all this other weird shit, and the fact that the animals talked. But Balto was a dog that did take some medicine through a blizzard to save a bunch of children. Again, we do not deserve dogs. They are too good for us. Now, I'm sure there's probably instances of a cat saving someone's life. I'm sure there is. But, I don't know. I don't feel like cats really give a shit about us. Cats think they're above us. They think that, we serve them, whereas dogs typically think they serve us. And I'm not saying that either one is inherently right, although we do take care of them, you know what I mean? So we do, in a sense, serve them, even with dogs, because we have to take care of them and make sure that they're doing all right. But dogs look up to you. Cats look down on you. Cats, they think they're so much better than you, and they think that you are subservient to them and they're better than you. Cats piss me off. They're little assholes. And all they care about is themselves. And that's not to say that that's entirely true, and I don't necessarily hate cats. I would also say that there's probably a little bit of bias because I'm highly allergic to cats. So that's probably a factor, and I'm going to acknowledge it for transparency because I know that this is such a controversial issue, right? But I don't hate cats. I just find dogs to be much, much better pets and much better animals. But yeah, a dog is much more loving and passionate and affectionate. Cats, they'll run up and rub against your leg, but that's about it. A dog will come up and sit with you and chill out. I've heard people say on the flip side, cats you don't have to constantly give attention to, dogs you do, so I guess you could see that as a negative, but I don't necessarily see that as a negative. I love dogs. But yeah, that's it. Short and sweet one. Doodles.